Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our morning political conversation. And today we want to talk about the popularity of these two individuals, William Samoei Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga. We want to discuss and actually see who is among these two is more popular, both locally in Kenya and internationally to the world, who is making more political impact to the Republic of Kenya and to the international community. So we are going to discuss about that. But before we just dive in and discuss about that, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and actually help me to make this dream to be a reality by helping me to make this YouTube channel to be one of the biggest YouTube channel in Africa. And by helping me, you need to do around 4 things. First, you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Second, you hit the notification bell so that at any moment we come up with any political content, then YouTube can be able to notify you. Third, you like this video and all other videos whenever you come across them. Fourth, you share this video to your friends, and if your friends are lovers of politics, then request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And lastly, always make sure you watch our videos from the start to the end. If you do that, then definitely you could have contributed positively to make this YouTube to be one of the largest YouTube in Africa. Now let us go back to the discussion of the day between William Samoei Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga. Who do you think is more popular both in our country, Kenya, and internationally? That's actually what we have to discuss and see. So if we start by discussing about Raila Amolo Odinga, we can say that Raila Amolo Odinga is of age than William Samoei Ruto. We can say that William Samoei Ruto is a younger brother to Raila Amolo Odinga. So you will find that Raila Amolo Odinga has made a lot of impact both locally because he struggled for multipartyism. And that's why we call Raila Amolo Odinga as the father of multipartyism or as the father of democracy. And when he was championing that, it made Raila Amolo Odinga to be very popular in Kenya, such that you were to ask any person in our republic, who is Raila Amolo Odinga, they will say that that man has done a lot to make Kenya to be a multi-party state, to make Kenya to be a democratic nation. And actually, he suffered a lot. He was taken to detention because if you look at Raila Amolo Odinga nowadays, you find as if he's crying. He's always touching the eye. Why? Because Raila Amolo Odinga suffered a lot in detention. He was tear-gassed. And that's why Raila Amolo Odinga is known as the father of maandamano, is known to be the father of democracy. And that's why recently when we had the conference of devolution, he was allowed to come there, and he has always opened, or he has always had a talk whenever we have devolution conferences since we inaugurated our what? Our constitution in Kenya. All the conferences which we have been having, devolution conference, Raila Amolo Odinga has always been invited to talk. So he had made a big impact in devolution, and that one, nobody can talk against that. So Raila Amolo Odinga, we can say that when we look at our republic, he has done a lot of input. But when we look at the international space, you will find that the input of Raila Amolo Odinga is not actually known very well, because many people know Raila Amolo Odinga as a person who has championed multipartyism in Kenya, as a person who championed democracy in Kenya as a republic. But internationally, or in the all of Africa, then you will find that there is not much that Raila Amolo Odinga has done. So let us also look at William Samoei Ruto. You will find that William Samoei Ruto is younger than Raila Amolo Odinga. But William Samoei Ruto has grown from when he was in KY 92, when he was defending the late President Moi. Then his politics started from there until when he became the Minister of Agriculture or the Minister of Education. He did a lot which actually made him to be known in the Republic of Kenya. And currently, he came to the top seat, and when he actually championed the Asola narrative, and that made him to be very popular in the Republic of Kenya. And that's why he defeated Raila Amolo Odinga in the last election when he was able to take presidency. And that made William Samoei Ruto to be quite popular in our republic, because the way he was transversing across the nation when he was actually campaigning, the way he was building churches across the nation, the way he was actually relating with people, with common mwananchi, the way he was going everywhere to campaign, it made William Samoei Ruto to be very popular in our republic, Kenya. And recently, William Samoei Ruto has actually allowed to be an international figure. The way he has championed Africa. And currently, William Samoei Ruto is seen to be the spokesman of Africa. Is being respected in Africa as a continent. So that's why whenever you go, many people are saying that this man called William Samoei Ruto is very brilliant. He knows what he's doing. He is championing the cause of Africa. And that's why he told the African heads that we need to have one visa in Africa so that we can have free trade in Africa. So the movement of people from one country to the other can be freely, so that we can trade, so that we can grow our what we call wealth. We must be able to trade freely, and the movement of Africans must be must be facilitated when we have one visa, or we do away with the visa, so that any African can go to anywhere he wants to go in Africa, and he can trade. And he also talked about IMF, World Bank, and how they are biased to the Africa as a continent, and how Africa is actually being given the second option. How Africa is being pushed to one corner as a poverty continent, an hunger-stricken continent, and as a continent which actually whenever you put your money there, you don't know whether you are going to get that money back. And that's why if you go to the World Bank, you go to IMF, you will find that African states are actually given development loans at an exorbitant interest. So William Samuel Ruto said that enough is enough. We should do away with that. We should restructure World Bank, which we should restructure IMF. Then William Samuel Ruto went forward. He talked about the UN, that in the UN sitting, there is no nation in Africa which also is a permanent member of the UN. And he said that it is time that we should have a permanent member in the UN, and that permanent member must have the veto power from African nation or from the African continent. So William Samuel Ruto, from those spheres, he has now been perceived as a person who has championed Africa to the world. And because of that, it has elevated William Samuel Ruto to be seen as an international individual. So William Samuel Ruto, we can say that he is more popular internationally than Raila Amolo Odinga. So if we sum up the popularity, we can say without any contradiction that William Samuel Ruto, who is the president of the Republic of Kenya, is more popular than Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know what's your take about all that. Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to bump into this YouTube channel, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, like our videos, and also always share our videos to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have subscribed to this YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you abundantly. Otherwise, I say goodbye.